Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for September 30th, 2014. It's currently 8 a.m. It is the last day of September. After this, we go into October starting tomorrow, obviously October 1st. And that means we're going to get ready to see some significant changes in our weather pattern. So I hope you enjoyed the warm conditions yesterday and the somewhat warm conditions today, because major changes are underway throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. For this morning, we have temperatures in the mid to upper 50s over the interior and lower to mid 60s along the coast, but winds developing out of the northeast are around 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's going to increase to around 10 to 15 miles per hour as we get on through the afternoon and evening hours as an area of low pressure develops off of the New Jersey coast. We also have areas of fog because we have plenty of moisture in the atmosphere, and some of that fog is locally dense, so use some caution when driving this morning. Other than that, we have overcast skies, and we have a few showers rotating throughout the region. Nothing heavy, though, except for right around Brooklyn. There's one heavy shower that has developed. On the surface map, well, we have disturbances all over the place. Now, the key disturbance, in my opinion, to really watch out for is one that's barely being shown here, and that's this right here. You see this little trough here, inverted trough, and then all these disturbances out here. What's happening is that we're having two separate jet stream influencing the area. One is the subtropical jet stream, which is right here, and the other is the polar jet stream, which is represented right here. Now, the subtropical jet stream is producing all sorts of disturbances off of the New Jersey coast, and as a result, we're seeing these scattered showers, or widely scattered showers throughout the region, some drizzle, all because of an easterly flow from these disturbances off of the New Jersey coast. However, we have a very slow-moving cold front to our west. So these disturbances will fester off the New Jersey coast, and then this cold front will clear the region out by tomorrow evening, leading to this high pressure taking control by the time we get to about Thursday. Unfortunately, that high pressure system will not remain in place for the weekend, because this disturbance and this disturbance will combine to produce one nasty moving, slow moving, heavy rain producing cold front on Saturday. Just in time. Okay, so let's take a look at the radar, and you can see we have plenty of showers developing out here. Now, if you looked at that surface map, you would think, why would there be rainfall out there? But we know that we have disturbances festering off the New Jersey coast, thus the rainfall that is developing. And these showers, for the most part, will remain off the coast. The heavy, steady rainfall will remain off the coast. But these showers will continue to kind of rotate in, and every so often you'll end up with variable to overcast cloud cover, and you'll get one of those showers capable of a brief heavy downpour. Again, not a washout, but certainly a nuisance, especially if you're walking around New York City, Long Island, Philadelphia. You know, you're walking around, it's dry, and all of a sudden you get hit with a nice heavy shower. Unfortunately, that's going to be a threat today and for tomorrow. Now, this rainfall over here looks pretty impressive, but by the time it reaches our neck of the woods tomorrow, it'll be far weaker. Still capable of producing a heavy downpour here and there, but for the most part, not all that bad. So basically, we remain in a very unsettled weather pattern for today and for tomorrow before we kind of dry out and clear out just in time for Thursday and Friday. On the infrared satellite picture, you can see all that lifting developing off the New Jersey coast here. Because of all this instability here, that's why we keep the shower threat alive. You can see a very robust upper level low developing out here around the Rockies. Keep an eye on this. I'm going to show you why in the model guidance. Let's take a look at the water vapor satellite picture. By the way, one other thing. It looks like all the cloud cover is moving off based on the infrared satellite picture, right? Infrared satellite pictures don't do a very good job of showing low cloud cover, which is why I like to use the visible satellite picture, but we're getting to that time of year where the visible satellite picture is limited because, well, the sun doesn't rise as much, or should I say doesn't last over the region as long as it does in the summer. So you can't really use it all that well, so you have to rely on observations. The reason why I bring this up, we are not clearing out today. Especially along the coast. Along the coast, look for overcast cloud cover. The further west you are over eastern Pennsylvania, the more likely you'll have the chance of clearing out and seeing some scattered cloud cover rather than overcast cloud cover. But For the most part, from Philadelphia, from basically the Delaware River on east, expect cloud cover throughout the day. Now, to the water vapor satellite picture. Now, we got all of North America here. Very interesting pattern. Here's our subtropical jet stream. All these disturbances are just kind of festering off the coast here and popping up, developing, producing a little bit of rainfall. Again, that's why we're going to remain unsettled. Here's our polar jet stream with a very impressive trough here, kind of carved out for this time of year. This first trough will move through the region by tomorrow and get high pressure into the region by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. This combination of this Pacific trough here and this upper level low here are going to combine, lift into Canada, pick up all this cold air that's building up here in northern Canada, and drive it right down into the Great Lakes and eventually towards the northern mid-Atlantic, leading to far cooler conditions by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. We probably will not break 70 degrees at all for Sunday and Monday. In fact, on Sunday, there's a good chance some locations might not even break 60 degrees. So definitely a significant change in our weather pattern is on the way. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance using the European model guidance. Again, for today and for tomorrow, we have those low pressure systems kind of festering off the coast. Unsettled conditions will remain in place with variable cloud cover, scattered to overcast cloud cover, and a threat for scattered showers. Temperatures today range from the lower to mid 70s in the New York City metropolitan area, mid to upper 70s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Low temperatures by tomorrow, mid to upper 50s throughout much of the region, lower 50s over the interior. And then for tomorrow afternoon, as that cold front exits, look for temperatures to range in the upper 60s to lower 70s throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic. So we're definitely stepping down. We're actually stepping down to near normal temperatures. On Thursday and Friday, high pressure and control. Look for scattered cloud cover for the most part. Temperatures will range, should I say, from the upper 40s to lower 50s over the interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast for lows, highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s. This is near normal. Then it gets interesting. On Saturday, the temperatures are going to depend on when this cold front moves through. And it varies from model to model run and even model guidance. But you get the overall idea here. This trough goes into an extreme negative tilt, and what that means is that it's going to be able to draw moisture in from the Atlantic, and the cold front typically moves very slow with this type of 500 millibar pattern. It also means that we're going to get cold air drawn in from the Arctic right down into the Great Lakes and right into our neck of the woods on Saturday. So Saturday is going to be a very interesting, volatile day with this cold front moving through. Some model guides have this cold front moving through Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, with conditions clearing out by Saturday afternoon. Other model guides and other model runs say the cold front kind of lingers, and as a result, we end up with rain all day. A lot of question here. We have some time to watch this. One thing that is for certain, as this cold front moves through, the rainfall will be heavy at times. As far as temperatures are concerned, again, it all depends on timing. If this cold front is going to slowly move through, then we're going to get more of a southeasterly wind, which will allow our temperatures to at least hit 70 degrees. However, if the cold front moves through quicker, then what you end up with is low temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, but then high temperatures get blunted in the mid 60s rather than lower 70s because the cold front moves through faster and the cooler air gets in there. Another factor to consider is that if this heavy rain just sits over the area, then you get what's called a wet bulb effect, which basically means the temperatures and the dew point end up being about pretty close within a degree of each other, which would also keep us in the mid to upper 60s. So a little bit of volatility there on Saturday, but we can all agree that Saturday is not going to be your best weather day. Sunday, on the other hand, is pretty nice, comparatively. High pressure will be in control. Now, the key difference for Sunday and Monday between Saturday, other than the fact it's dry, is going to be much cooler and also windy. We're looking at winds from the west and northwest are around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures on Sunday and Monday are going to be much cooler. We're looking at upper 30s to lower 40s for lows. I wouldn't be surprised if we have some mid 30s over the interior. Along the coast, lower to mid 40s. High temperatures, upper 50s to lower 60s over the interior, mid 60s along the coast. I know the GFS model guidance tries to bump up the temperatures on Monday into the mid-70s. I'm not buying that yet. I like the European model guidance solution a little bit better, and so keeping temperatures in the mid-60s on Monday as well. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and LinkedIn. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.